Today we're going to embark on an exciting journey. We're going to cover all 34 MLS neighborhoods of Ewa Gentry. This is a master plan community which was first started by Tom Gentry well over 3 decades ago, with the first homes that were built in 1988 in Soda Creek, and with the latest ones that are going to be right around the corner here at Makamae. And we're going to cover everything today from Ewa Gentry Alii Court A through W, which is be Woodbridge right around the corner. So sit back and we're going to cover everything in alphabetical order from Alii Court, followed by Alii Cove, therefore, all the way through Woodbridge, like I mentioned, from the oldest homes being built in 1988 to the newest homes being built just now right up the street at Makamae. Aloha. First off, here we're at the Thomas H. Gentry Community Center, where a lot of this just started. He was a visionary. He had the plan to build out here when no one else was looking. A lot of the developers at the time were looking to develop in town, and he saw this gold mine of properties out here for great value for local residents. One thing I will point out in the distance is you can maybe make that out, but there is an airplane there, and there's an airplane taking off. So Ewa Beach in general, not just Ewa Gentry, is in the flight path of Honolulu International Airport. So the prevailing trade winds are going to be blowing this direction, hence the planes are going to be normally landing from west to east and taking off in that direction probably 3/4 of the year. Forgot to mention, my name is David Buck. I'm a full-time real estate broker here on Oahu. Been licensed since 2001 and born and raised here. I've seen Gentry homes go from when they were first being built when I was in high school to today. It's incredible to see this vision come to life over the course of, like I said, nearly like 3.5 to coming up on 4 decades of Gentry's vision out here in Ewa Beach. Welcome to Ewa Gentry. Okay, first up we have Ewa Gentry Alii Court. These were built between 1998 and 2000, just right after Alii Cove, right around the corner. These are detached CPR homes, 3 to 4 bedrooms, and they have 2-car garages. They're roughly 1,200 to 1,400 square feet under roof. So adjacent to Alii Court, you have Alii Cove, which is built between 1997 and 1998. And you also have 3 and 4 bedroom units, but they're going to be a little bit smaller. They're going to be roughly 900 to 1,300 square feet. And what they do have is they have a single level floor plan, which you can see here behind me. So that's a nice option for those that don't want to do stairs. Here we are at the Breakers by Ewa Gentry. And this is going to be on the east side of Alii Cove and Court that we just came from. And these are very spacious homes. They were built between the year 1999 and 2001. And they're very spacious. They can range from 1,700 square feet to 2,500 square feet under a roof, and range from anywhere between a 3-bedroom to 6-bedroom with living area. And yeah, this is the Breakers by Ewa Gentry. Okay, now we're at the Carriages by Ewa Gentry, which is across Kolawaka from Alii Court and Alii Cove. And these are going to be some of the larger homes. They're north of 2,000 square feet for the smaller ones, even larger than the Breakers, which are across the street here. So this is the Carriages, Ewa Gentry, built from 1999 and 2001. Okay, now here we are at Ewa Gentry Coral Ridge, and this is on Hoakalei Street. We're at the very end of the cul-de-sac. What many people don't know is this butts up to Hoakalei Ka Makana is directly behind here. So that's an Ernie's golf course. Here comes another airplane. For those of you that don't know, Ewa Gentry is in the flight path of Honolulu International Airport. So down Hoakalei Street lines Coral Ridge. So as Hoakalei Ka Makana fronts an Ernie's golf course, the homes here in Coral Ridge are going to front Coral Creek Golf Course. And then homes here are like roughly 3 to 4 bedrooms, 1,600 to 1,900 square feet, ballpark on average, and then built between the years 2016 and 2019. Okay, next up we have Ewa Gentry Cortebella. This is considered an Area 21, and that includes communities such as Tiburon, Terraza, and Las Brisas. So in addition to having the overall Ewa Gentry Association fees, you have an additional maintenance fees to live here at Cortebella, but what's nice is you do have a community pool that's right around the corner, and you also have this community park as well. And these were built between 2001 and 2002. So once again, Ewa by Gentry Cortebella. Okay, next up we have Ewa by Gentry Cypress Point. This is going to be at the very end of Kuano'o Street, and you can see it kind of dead ends behind me here. These are very high-end kind of executive homes. They were done right before the peak of the market between 2007 and 2008, before the financial crisis. And then because the demand dropped off after that, it took a little bit for the rest of them to sell. I think some homes were completed as late as 2016. But yeah, just this is one neighborhood, just basically this street right here. This is going to be Ewa by Gentry Cypress Point. And what you'll see here in a second, I'll flip the camera around. You have this nice little community park here, back to the street view here, but half of the homes are going to front the Hawaii Prince Golf Course here, which is directly across the street. Give you a little shot of that. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Hawaii Prince Golf Course, it's affiliated with the Hawaii Prince Hotel, which is near Ala Moana, basically down near the Ilikai, fronting the Alawa Yacht Harbor. But yeah, here we go. This is going to be Hawaii Prince Golf Course, and we caught it on a gorgeous day, although I would have to say that most of the days out here are going to be pretty gorgeous. Check that out. Okay, now that we just wrapped up Ewa Gentry Cypress Point, we're gonna see its sister neighborhood, which is Haleakea, directly behind me here. And similar to Cypress Point, Haleakea homes were first started to be built in 2006 and then ran all the way through the year 2012. And the reason why is because of the financial crisis between 2008 and 2009. So construction expanded between 2006 and 2012. So similar to Cypress Point, behind me here, the homes here in Haleakea straddle Kuano'o Street, and they kind of curve around the corner. But what's nice about half of those homes as well do front that same Hawaii Prince Golf Course. And they're going to be generous size, 2,100 to 3,100 square feet under roof, and they're generous 5,000 to 6,000 square foot lots. And if you hear that noise coming, this is a disclosure we always have to say, is Ewa Beach is actually in the flight path of Honolulu International Airport. Okay, here we are now at Ewa Gentry Kula Lei. This is actually the first Ewa by Gentry community with a Hawaiian name. There's a few others like Haleakea we just came from, and the latest one, Makamae, but in general, there aren't too many Hawaiian names you'll see out here. There's a number of floor plans that range anywhere between just over 1,000 square feet to about roughly 1,800 square feet. And the location of this is going to be situated between Kapolei Parkway and then Coral Creek Golf Course. These homes out the back are going to front the golf course. And they're subject to the overall Ewa by Gentry Association fee, but there's no additional maintenance fee here at Kula Lei. So once again, Kula Lei by Gentry. Okay, next up we have Las Brisas, and this is also in that Area 21 we talked about earlier with Cortebella. And these homes were built between 2003 to 2004, and they're going to range in size between 1,100 to 1,700 square feet. However, the bulk of these homes at Las Brisas are going to range, 13 to 1,400 square feet. And what's nice is they do have the common area swimming pool that's around the corner here that those like at Cortebella and Taraz, etc. can enjoy. So once again, Las Brisas here at Ewa by Gentry. Okay, next up we have Latitudes by Gentry. These are going to be very spacious units. They're going to be like 1,500 to 1,900 square feet under roof. And what I love about this location is it's right across the street. You've got Laulani Village Shopping Center, so that's got all kinds of stores. I'm going to take a little break to get some lunch in me, and then we'll come back to hit up the Laulani neighborhood, which we're going to be behind the shopping center here. Okay, here we are at the Laulani Shopping Center. As you can see, they have a Walgreens, McDonald's, Petco, Riley's Auto Parts, Ross Dress for Less. There's multiple banks. You have Bank of Hawaii, there's a Hawaii State Credit Union, American Savings Bank. There's a Starbucks right around the corner, and yeah, there's actually more than one Starbucks because this is a Safeway anchored mall, and there's another Starbucks within Safeway, and it's one of the rare places I've seen on the island where you actually have a Safeway gas station out there in the distance. I'm not sure if I pointed out McDonald's earlier, but yeah, lots of cool places here. GNC, T-Mobile, Central Pacific Bank, another bank, and then we've got, over in the corner there's a Buffalo Wild Wings. All right, so I'm gonna get some food in me. Well, there used to be a Teddy's Bigger Burgers here. Now it's Jolene's Lobster Rolls and Gourmet Sandwiches. I might give that a try. It looks like some good sushi there. I just had sushi last night, so that's not on the cards this afternoon, but they also have a little bakery here in the corner, so lots of good place to eat. Let's see how this place is. Okay, next up we have Laulani Tides and Laulani Trades by Ewa Gentry, and this is right around the corner from Laulani Shopping Center. And there's a nice common area swimming pool you'll see behind me, and kind of a recreation area. They do have guest parking, but these were built between 2009 and 2014, and they're going to range in size between roughly 1,100 to 1,400 square feet. Most of these are all going to be two-story, two-bedroom, two-story, but 3 to 4 bedrooms, and they all, I believe, have 2.5 bathrooms at the minimum. But in addition to the overall Ewa by Gentry HOA fees, you are going to have additional maintenance fees. These are kind of like CPR styled homes here at Laulani Trades and Tides by Ewa Gentry. Okay, next up we have the Lofts done by Ewa by Gentry. This is completed around 1996, and it's going to be adjacent to Alii Cove that we started at earlier in the day. And what's unique about these, they range anywhere in size from 1 to 4 bedrooms. However, the majority of them are going to be a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom product. And unlike most of Ewa Gentry homes that have 2-car garages, these are going to come with 2-car carports. So just a little bit different setup, a little more affordable product, done in 1996. Once again, Lofts, Ewa by Gentry, but you'll see, even though they're smaller little houses, they're going to range between 1,000 to 1,100 square feet. They do have 2 stories. So once again, Lofts by Ewa by Gentry. Okay, next up we have Lombard Way by Gentry. These were built in 1999 to 2000, were offered as a more affordable product at the time. They're just over 1,000 square feet, and they have both a 3-bedroom, 2-bath product, as well as a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath product. And what's unique about these layouts is that you can sometimes have the main living area or kitchen upstairs versus downstairs. So once again, Lombard Way by Gentry, built between 1999 to 2000 to offer a more affordable product here in Ewa Gentry. Okay, next up we have Makamae. This is going to be the final chapter on Ewa by Gentry. This is the latest community here with newer homes that range anywhere between 1,900 to 2,100 square feet of living area. And sorry, that pink car is not included. But yeah, Makamae, Ewa by Gentry, beautiful curb appeal. This is the latest and final phase of development at Ewa by Gentry. Okay, next up we have Meridian in Ewa by Gentry. So these homes were built between 1997 through 1999, and they have a huge range in size that vary from like 1,100 to 1,900 square feet. And most of the homes are going to be off of Laulani Way here, and then you also have Holomua Elementary School across the street. So Meridian, once again, built in the late 90s, and it's adjacent to Sea Breeze here in Ewa Gentry. Okay, next I want to take a minute to point out Holomua Elementary. This is going to service a lot of the Ewa by Gentry neighborhoods. As far as an elementary school goes, it's got a great reputation. We are during summer, so school is not in session, but you can see they have some, like a lot of the west side of Oahu, great use of photovoltaic to capture that solar. This is a DOE public school, but it does have a great reputation. And you can see, some of the playground facilities out the back, but I'm not going to be a creepy person to walk around the campus right now. But just want to give you a perspective of Holomua Elementary School here in Ewa by Gentry. Okay, next we have Motecito and Tuscany. These were built in 2005 to 2006, and they're going to range anywhere between 3 to 5 bedrooms, and they're 1,100 to 1,600 square feet. So Motecito, Tuscany, done by Ewa Gentry. Okay, next up we have North Park by Gentry. These homes were first delivered around the year 2020 during COVID, and it's probably the second to last development here next to Makamae, which is behind me here, that we covered earlier. So yeah, North Park here in Ewa Gentry. There's 4 different floor plans. They're all gonna have 2.5 bathrooms. They're either gonna be a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom layout. And then they all range in size between 1,100 to 1,200 square feet and change. Once again, North Park in Ewa Gentry. Okay, next up we have Parkside in Ewa Gentry. This is right across the street from the Laulani Community Park at the entrance to Hoakalei Parkway here. And what's nice about these, they were built between 2014 and 2016, and they're gonna range in size from 1,400 to 1,700 square feet. And what not many people know is some of the homes here within Parkside do front Coral Creek Golf Course, which is directly behind me here. And this is kind of like a common area, our community cabana, little park area. But let me flip this around. So once again, coming off Hoakalei Parkway, and then here you have the golf course right here out the back. This is gonna be Parkside, Ewa Gentry. Next up we have Ewa Gentry Prescott. This was done in conjunction with Ewa Gentry Sonoma across the street. The entryway is going to be right down here. And these are 2 phases of development by Ewa Gentry named after places in Arizona, ironically. So we'll hit Sonoma later, but just want to talk about Prescott for a second. These are all going to be detached single family homes. And what's unique about this community is they have their own TMKs. They are not CPR developments. So you only have the overall HOA Ewa Gentry Association fees, and you're not going to have the any additional maintenance fees. And what's nice is there is a community park right around the corner, Hoalauna Community Park, which we'll feature in a second. And once again, you are on the flight path, so there's an airplane going overhead there. So Ewa Gentry Prescott. What's awesome about Ewa Gentry Prescott is you got this gigantic Hoalauna Park, which is in between the first phase, which is behind me, of Prescott, and then the second phase, which is across the street. Once again, Hoalauna Park and Ewa Gentry. Meanwhile, across the street from the park, we're gonna have a second phase of Prescott, which is Prescott 2. So once again, Prescott and Ewa Gentry. Next up, we have Sandalwood by Gentry. These were built between 2012 and 2015, and these are spacious. They're like 15 to nearly 1,900 square feet under roof. And they're right next to the Latitudes that we featured earlier near the Laulani Shopping Center. And most of these are going to come with attached 2-car garages, like you'll see behind me here. And then another floor plan, they have 2 separate 1-car garages. So once again, Sandalwood by Gentry. Okay, next up we have Sea Breeze here in Ewa Gentry. This is going to be adjacent to Meridian, as built around the same time between 1997 to 1999, and they have a number of different floor plans in here that range from a modest single level 975 square foot home all the way up to 2,000 square feet under roof. So once again, Sea Breeze and Ewa Gentry. Okay, next up we have SeaBridge here in Ewa Gentry. This is right off Ka Makana Drive here in Ewa Beach, and it's right up the road from Hoakalei, which was done by Haseko. So SeaBridge here by Gentry. What's nice about these are detached single family homes. They're CPR development, and these are going to range with 3 to 4 bedrooms, and they're all going to have 2.5 bathrooms. And interior size is going to range anywhere between 1,200 and change to 1,300 square feet. Okay, now we're at the OG for Ewa Gentry. This is going to be Soda Creek, and homes here were built between 1988 to 1990 at the peak of the Japanese bubble. So Tom Gentry timed this community great back then. You've got a lot of great starter community homes, and they don't have additional maintenance fees. And within the overall Ewa Gentry Soda Creek community, you do have 2 condo complexes. You have Palm Court and Palm Villas. Got second phase of Palm Villas across the street here. So once again, Ewa Gentry Soda Creek, and this is the OG, the first Ewa Gentry project here off of Hoakalei Drive here in Ewa Beach. Okay, next we have Ewa Gentry Sonoma. We covered the sister community of Ewa Gentry Prescott earlier today, and Ewa Gentry Sonoma was built between 2001 and 2004. And they feature generous sized homes that are going to range in size between 1,700 to 2,600 square feet under roof. Once again, Ewa Gentry Sonoma. Okay, next up we have Ewa Gentry Summerhill, which is right off Iroquois Point Road, and Fort Weaver Road is behind me back here. These were built between 1994 and 1998, and they have two different floor plans, one of which is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-level home, and they also have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-story home. And these are going to be their own detached TMKs, and they're not going to have CPRs or additional maintenance fees. So Summerhill, once again, Ewa by Gentry. Okay, next up we have Ewa Gentry Sunterra. This is going to be the first of 3 Sunterra projects or neighborhoods in MLS by Ewa Gentry. This is going to be directly off Geiger Road, and directly back there is Ewa Town Center, which is a nice little shopping center we're going to cover here in a little bit. But Ewa Gentry Sunterra was built between 1992 and 1993, and they start from a starter home that's like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. That's just under 1,000 square feet, and they run up to 3- and 4-bedroom homes that go all the way up to 2,000 square feet. So what's also nice about this Sunterra project here in Gentry, Ewa by Gentry, is that they have their own TMKs, and these are not CPR homes, so that you don't have an additional maintenance fee. And there we go, we got another airplane. So once again, Ewa Gentry Sunterra here in Ewa Beach. Okay, now I want to feature the second Ewa Beach shopping center that's near all the Ewa Gentry communities. This is Ewa Town Center, and this is the original shopping center. So I'm going to flip this around and give you a quick description. There's an Aloha gas station here, and this is going to be at the corner of Fort Weaver Road out here and Iroquois Point Road. Excuse me, Geiger Road, and then I believe Iroquois on the other side. So, and it's surrounded by 3 S communities, no pun intended there. So you actually have Summerhill there, Sonoma there, and Sunterra out this direction. So you have an Aloha gas station here, and the anchor tenants in the mall, there's actually a sign on it that says Foodland on the corner, but you've got Foodland as your anchor tenant there, and Long's Drugs here, and then there's a Coffee Bean at Tea Leaf, so I might stop there for an afternoon coffee. And then you got a Jamba Juice in the corner, an L&L Drive-In, Subway, First Hawaiian Bank. There's a good little ramen place there. And then around the corner, there's a nail place for the ladies. So once again, Ewa Town Center here in Ewa Beach, which is a convenient location for your Ewa by Gentry communities. Okay, next up we have our second phase of Sunterra, which is Sunterra on the Park. This is going to be on the Mauka side of the park. This is Geiger Park, and you've got the original Sunterra development here. But Sunterra on the Park was built in the mid-90s during probably one of the slowest times in the real estate market here on Oahu, between 1993 and 1994. And here homes can range anywhere between just under 1,000 square feet to just about 2,000 square feet, similar to the original Sunterra development. It's nice that some of these Ewa Gentry Sunterra on the Park homes could actually front the golf course here at Soda Creek. This will give you a perspective here. Next up, we're going to be in our third and final phase of Sunterra, which is Sunterra South. Okay, now we have our final and third phase of Ewa Gentry Sunterra, and no, the red car is not included, just kidding. So yeah, this is gonna be the largest of all 3 communities, and it was built between the years 1994 through 2000, once again during kind of the slowest timing in our real estate market here on Oahu. And because of that, they had a more affordable option. There's a 2-bedroom single family home, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, actually under 900 square feet at 800 and change, and then it'll run all the way up through like a 5-bedroom product that are going to be roughly around 2,000 square feet under roof. So once again, Ewa Gentry Sunterra South, and stay tuned for our next neighborhood, which is going to be Ewa Gentry Terraza. Okay, next up we have Terraza, which is going to be across the street from Las Brisas that we covered earlier, and these were built between 2000 and 2003. So these homes at Terraza are going to range between 1,200 to 1,500 square feet on average. These are CPR detached homes with 0 lot lines, as you can see behind me. Okay, next up we have Ewa Gentry Tiburon, and these are going to be larger than their neighboring Cortebella units. This is a cluster development adjacent to Cortebella, Las Brisas, etc. So there's a common area swimming pool. These are CPR homes, and so there's going to be an additional maintenance fee on top of your overall Ewa by Gentry maintenance fees. So once again, Ewa by Gentry Tiburon. Okay, next up we have Ewa Gentry Travar. This is right across the street from Holomua Elementary School, and Alii Cove, which is the next neighbor up this direction, and Summerhill, which we just covered a little earlier, right down the block here. So Ewa Gentry Travar is very unique and indicative when you can see they have these kind of Monair tile roofs throughout. And these were built between 1997 to 2000. And they're very generous in size. They can range anywhere between starter 1,200 square feet all the way up to 2,800 square feet under roof. So once again, Ewa Gentry Trovar here in Ewa Beach. Okay, so now we're at Tuscany 2. This was done after Montecito, Tuscany, and these homes were built between 2007 and 2008. These are CPR detached homes, and these range in size between 1,200 to 1,700 square feet under roof. Once again, Tuscany 2 at Ewa Gentry. Okay, now we've come full circle and we're going to be covering the final Ewa Gentry community, which is Woodbridge. And we started the tour today directly behind me at the Tom Gentry Center. And we've got this beautiful park behind me, but Woodbridge right behind me here. Can't quite see, it's a bit sunny. Got some of the afternoon sun, but here we are at Woodbridge. It was developed between the Carriages here, which we covered earlier today, and then Makamae, which is the latest community up the road here. And what's unique about Woodbridge is it was developed in 2 phases. The first phase was built here, and the second phase was built, about a mile or 2 down the road. So once again, Woodbridge at Ewa Gentry. And then the second phase of Woodbridge was built between 2004 and 2006. Well, I hope you enjoyed my tour today of all 34 MLS neighborhoods in Ewa Gentry. And if you have any questions about any of these neighborhoods or looking to buy or sell a home here in Ewa Gentry, I can be reached at 808-371-3509. Mahalo and have a great day.